Now, Giving Tuesday usually happens each fall, inspiring people to give back ahead of the holiday season. But there's a special worldwide event tomorrow amid the coronavirus pandemic. It's called Giving Tuesday Now, and several Bay Area nonprofits are participating. Joining us now is Sherri Franklin, founder and CEO of Muttville Senior Dog Rescue. Sherri, so good to talk to you again. Now, we talked about it last time. Your facilities are closed, but you guys are still operating. You are still doing your virtual adoptions, which is great news. But is there any way that people can help to kind of get your operations moving a little faster, or maybe even getting them to go even further?
Sure, absolutely. We're so excited to take part in the Giving Tuesday international event. Number one, we are still in full operation. We've just moved everybody into foster homes. It takes a lot of work to do this, and we're also setting everybody up with, veterinary care and sending home lots of medication with every adopter because we know that they're not going to be able to get to their new vet. So we are partaking and hopefully going to make a lot of money to support what we do every single day. We are lucky enough to have our board and an anonymous donor do a $50,000 match. So dollar for dollar, every dollar you donate is doubled right now. So now till the end of Tuesday night, we are going to be doing this Giving Tuesday. We're really excited also because we're going to do an online Instagram with Chef Ryan Scott, who we absolutely love. And he's going to do something for Cinco de Mayo. And we're going to do martinis and dogs. Mutts, or what is it called? Mutts and margaritas. Not martinis, mutts and margaritas. And we're going to learn how to make specialty margaritas on Instagram at 5:30 for everybody to check out. If they want to come to Instagram Live, they can watch us. We're super excited about tomorrow.
I'll tell you, I was talking to Sophie, my executive producer. She had sent me the email about the Taco Tuesday Cinco de Mayo happy hour, or as I like to call it, yappy hour. And I got so excited to talk to you about it. And I was like looking up all these dog and alcohol puns. And the one I came up with that I really liked was a barcarita. Kind of like a margarita, but
we might have to use that tomorrow. Can I steal it?
Absolutely. It's not even mine. I Googled it, so I'm sure whoever put it up there wouldn't mind you guys using it. Now, what time does this virtual, oh, well, there you go. It starts at 5:30. Oh my gosh, I love it. Mutts and margaritas, or a virtual yappy hour with barcaritas. Is this the first time you guys are doing this?
This is the first, of course. I mean, we're all doing this virtual thing, but it might become an annual event. I mean, what's better than a margarita on Cinco de Mayo and having a mutt with you, or a barcarito, right?
Now, every time I speak with you, you always have a really, really cute friend in hand. Who is this one?
This is Patoot, and I have to be honest, he's my dog. I have dogs here up for adoption that I'm fostering, but they're all too big to sit in my lap and wouldn't be still. So I decided I would show off my little baby boy. He's 19 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. I got him at Muttville about 2 years ago. So, he's still hanging in there. He weighs all of 5 pounds. But we do have a lot of Pomeranians, so definitely Muttville is the way to go. If you want a senior dog, we have the best dogs 7 and older. So, and we are still fully in action. We've adopted out 140 plus dogs since shelter in place. So we are doing safe adoptions. We are telling people, we're explaining people how, when they start to go back to work, how to get their dog ready for that. Look at us. We've been home for 2.5 months, and all of our dogs are going to freak out when we first leave. So we are starting to give some pointers around that so that all of our dogs, not just the newly adopted dogs, but if you have a dog at home that's used to now seeing you every day, it's going to be stressful for him when you start to go back to a full-time job. So We're working on some protocols. We have a lot of them on teaching your dog how to be alone again.
What are some of those protocols? Because like when this whole shelter-in-place situation happened, you would see on social media these posts of dogs looking at their owners with a caption saying like, "What's really going on? Why are you always home?" So it's going to be a transition. It was a transition for them to have their owners home all the time, and then once we go back to quote unquote regular life, it's going to be a transition for them to kind of go back to being alone for a certain number of hours a day. What would you say some of the protocols would be?
Well,
One of the most important protocols.
I would start, I mean, some really simple things like just when you go into your work office or if you go take a shower, shut your door. Don't let your dog in with you. Like, get him used to you not always being right at his side. Go for a walk around the block without your dog, because usually you're taking him with you. So take a 5 minute, 10 minute, 30-minute walk around. And when you walk back in, don't get all excited, because you have to make it more normal again. So
Right.
you've got to come and go without making a very big deal about coming and going. So you've got to get your dog secure again in his home situation without you there, without you being right next to him, so that when the shocking day happens and you're gone all day, they aren't, they're used to it again. And this goes for all dogs, not just newly adopted dogs. I think we're all going to see a lot of stressful dogs when we fully open up, for business again.
And would you recommend, you say, leave the house without your dog, would you recommend kind of increasing the amount of time every day that you're out without your dog so they can get used to that longer period of time without you there?
Sure. I mean, the first time could just be going out to take your trash cans out and then, come back in. And then, the next time you're walking around the block, and then the next time you take a mile-long walk, or, somehow leave the house, safely leave the house.
Right.
I think that there's a lot of ways to just sort of separate yourself from your dog. I mean, my dogs now, and I've got 7 at home, they follow me from room to room. I've got dog beds all over my little I've made an office here, and there's dog beds everywhere, and all the dogs are laying around. So, when I go take a shower, I go in there and I shut the door so that they aren't always like right next to me.
And you said last time I spoke with you, you said you have a total of 7 dogs that live with you. Is that right?
Well, yes, it's constantly changing here at my house because new dogs come in, they get adopted, you know what I mean? It's a revolving door of dogs. Since our shelter isn't open, we are really relying on foster homes to, keep these little guys happy.
And I know, again, the last time I spoke with you, it was about 2 weeks ago, you had said that at that time about 80 dogs or so had been adopted, and now I think you mentioned like 140 something. That's an insane number of dogs to be, and it's great news, but it's a lot of dogs to have get adopted, especially through a virtual platform.
And it's beautiful. I mean, we've been checking in with all these new adopters, and everybody's been really, I think we've only had 2 dogs that haven't worked out of all those dogs. That's amazing. So we've been really lucky, and we're also bringing in about 24 dogs this week. So we're getting back up to speed to where we're actually able to help all the shelters that we work with in the Bay Area to be able to help them out with their senior dogs again, and be able to adopt them out, foster them in a foster home. But I'm really excited to get the shelter up and running again. It is we miss the camaraderie. We miss all the dogs hanging out. We miss all the volunteers. It's a beautiful place to be. So I can't wait to see that happen again.
Now, again, for our viewers at home, if you don't know what Muttville is, it's a senior dog rescue here in the Bay Area. Senior dogs being as young as 7, all the way to, as you can see, Sherri's dog, 19. It is a great organization. And just to reiterate, you guys are hosting a Yappy Hour with Barkaritas tomorrow at 5:30. If we can pull up that full screen just to see these adorable dogs sitting in these margaritas. And this is, again, going to be on Instagram, right?
Yes, Instagram Live with Ryan Scott, Chef Ryan Scott. We are going to have so much fun. So you got to check it out.
Absolutely. And Patoot is only 19, so he's not old enough to drink. So
Oh, that's
we
right.
should be careful with that. Well, Sherri, it's always such a pleasure talking with you. And as I mentioned in all of our interviews, please give Patoot a big hug and a kiss for me. And we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.
Okay, thanks for the time.
Of course.